Boom! Let's go. Today I wanted to sculpt this Hulk because it's been a while since I've been contemplating that I want to make a superhero as bulky as the Hulk. And what's a more perfect opportunity than doing it on a live stream? I just feel that live stream is one of the easiest content to make. You just do what you were going to do anyways, but you do it live. Yeah, it's a win-win. And also, the most fun part about live streaming is getting to interact with the chat, which I really enjoy. But sometimes it's a very silent stream, sometimes it's very happening. And yeah, I just like to sculpt. So why not do it live? Also, one more thing that I've noticed about myself is that I cannot talk a lot in stream. I mean, on my own. If there's someone who's in the chat with me having a chat, sure. But other than that, I can't speak too much, bro. What is there to speak? Nothing much. So yeah, if I'm silent, it's because of you, because you're not talking to me. And yeah, I just wanted to see if I can sculpt this within 2 hours. I don't know if I can. Probably should be able to. The thing about me doing live is I don't like having a practice run before the stream. Just like diving in straight head on, seeing if I can do this or not. Because personally, I just really struggle with sculpting the same thing. Like, I get extremely bored if I sculpt the same thing for a few days or a few hours. I want to move on to the next thing. I like to take my lessons and I like to move on. So if I sculpt a Hulk and something goes wrong, for me, it's a lesson. It's like, oh, wow, this is something that I can improve on. And then I would tackle it for the next few days or whenever it's gonna be a practice session. But let's say if I want to stream something and I have to practice, I cannot. Doing a practice run, then sculpting the same thing on stream, boring. We get the Here, have some eggs, bro. Where did I put the pen, the Wacom? Here it is. Pum, 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 pum. He did it. You talking about the new username? Yes. From now on, I'll be known as the sculpting brown guy. Because Sar, I don't want you to redeem the card. Why did you redeem the card? Yeah, bro. I've been getting a lot of comments on being Indian. So I thought, why not just play along? And I really like the ring of it. The sculpting brown guy. It has a ring to it. So yeah, why not try this? Hi, lol, the name. How I'm gonna get used to refer him as sculpting brown guy? No, 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 bro. From now on, it is the sculpting brown guy. You either call me Ishaq or you can call me, hey, look, the sculpting brown guy. Yes, please, Sar, address me by the new username. Also, pardon if I did not respond to the chat earlier. It just suddenly loaded right now for me. I don't know, sometimes OBS just wants to act up for some reason. But yeah, I just got all of the message all of a sudden right now. Hey, brown guy. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you, sir. Yeah, people are gonna think I'm doing a friendly fire, being racist to my own kind. No, I'm not. It's just a really cool name, and I really like the ring of it. Also, to be honest, I felt like this Hark sculpt was something that I just kept because I couldn't really think of anything. You might have noticed that my Gojo profile picture, that as well. The reason that it is still my profile picture for such a long time is because when I made my YouTube channel, I was like, profile picture is not something that would contribute towards the 80-20 principle. So, uh, profile picture is like the 80% thing that is going to get me 20% results. So, I just kept whatever was the first sculpt image I could find of myself and just, what do you call it? Coincidentally, the first thing in front of me was the Gojo sculpt. So like, yeah, let's just use it, and I can change it later sometime. And the day I changed it has still not arrived. Can I ask about the top of the head? From front, it should look kind of square. No, the top of the head should be like an egg shape. So it should have this taper thing going on where this is the widest area and then it narrows down as it goes forward. If it should be square or not, it depends. And it usually only depends when it is a stylized sculpt. So when you're making something stylized, then yes, it can be square. If you're making something anime-ish, yes, it can be square. But when making something realistic or semi-realistic, it should resemble sort of a egg shape. And yeah, when you have hair, if you're gonna make hair for your character, it doesn't really matter that much. You can have a basic shape, but make sure it is a bit egg-ish shape. And yeah, speaking of eggs, bro, I have to eat this as well. This I have to eat my eggs. Not my eggs. What the fuck? That sounded so wrong. But yeah, I bet no one likes eating cold eggs, bro. The profile picture came out great though. I think it's ticked channel. I meant from front view. You want square when you're doing a mixer. Yeah. From front view. Yeah, from front view, it actually depends as well. So a lot of the times, if it's a very strong character, yes, he will have a massive jaw, he will have a massive chin, and that way the face would look a bit squarish. But what I personally like is when the face has just a bit of a taper, because this is always going to be the widest area. You can just have a bit of a taper. Sometimes it's not there. Most of the times it is there. But yeah, everything depends on the reference, which is why I always encourage everyone, which is why in all of my courses I teach how to make a generic face. So the benefit of sculpting a generic face is that you learn the basics and then you can observe your reference and incorporate the features of your reference there as well. Yeah, I think I'll stop on the head here. Let's move on to the body. How long has it been? It's been 15 minutes, not bad. Yeah, I want to try getting this done in 2 hours or less. But we'll see. The highest point of the head width and height are on the same axis, so giving it an egg shape. You mean from the top view? Yeah, the top view should be an egg shape. Let's look at the side view here. Yeah, bro, I'm in the full brown guy theme because I have eggs, I have chai, which is like the desi energy drink. Yeah, I really like the new name. I think I will stick with it for a while, or maybe forever. I don't know. I think I should stick with it forever. What do you guys think? Do you like this Hawk sculpt more, or do you think the sculpting brown guy is a better name for the channel? Being honest, personally, I felt like this Hawk sculpt is not that original. The sculpting brown guy, super cool, man. I think adding your name and then sculpt is the lazy way out. You can just name anything and add sculpt to it, and voila, username there. But the sculpting brown guy has been on my mind for quite a while. Quite a while. And I was like, nah, let's just skip it. It was a good idea to change the name, but for sculpting brown guy, I'm not sure. It's new to my mind. I just feel like it's hilarious. Sculpting brown guy. Yeah, I think I wasn't really ready for it, but I was like, yeah, screw it, man. Let's just do it. It's been on my mind for quite a while. Let's just do it. I wonder what PFP you're gonna choose. Not sure, man. Maybe like a passport size photo. I don't remember what that dude is. The Indian dude who makes funny comments under random videos. I forgot his name. What was his name, man? He's like a Indian Tamil guy with some mustache. Yeah, I think a passport size photo of me would be it would be sufficient. Yeah, 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 yeah. Xavier, exactly. I think that is it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Something like that. A passport size photo of me. That should be nice. Or maybe one day when I resculpt the Gojo, I can have it as an updated profile picture. It's been pretty fun. I've been making my older sculpts again, recreating them. I did Sukana. I did which one? Which one? Which other one did I do recently? Hellboy. Yeah, I did Hellboy once again. There, we'll see. Yeah, passport size photo. It's still an option. It's not off the table. I wonder maybe like a brown guys or everything. Passport pic. Yeah, bro. What's wrong with the passport size photo? Check Discord DM. Just a sec. Tell me something I don't know. Yeah, this guy, exactly this guy. Maybe I can upload a passport size photo of mine, just like this, holding a vacuum pen or something. Yeah, it is Xavier. You are right. Hey yo, who is this brown guy sculpting? Brown guy sculpting green guy. I'm a brown guy watching a brown guy sculpting a green guy, while a yellow guy watching him do the sculpt. Damn, bro, so many colors. When I was in Malaysia, they actually had fruit terms for skin colors. Like, for example, if there's an Asian person who cannot speak, I think it's the local language. Yeah, if he cannot speak the local language, he's called a banana. He's called a banana because Asians are usually referred as yellow. If he's a Indian who cannot speak the local language, he's called a coconut. because they are brown. And if it's, what was the third one? Indians are coconut, Chinese are yellow, banana. I don't remember what they called the Malaysians, which are they had these terms. It was super fun, but kind of racist. It was a bit rude if you call someone a coconut a banana. I don't remember what the third one was, man. And yeah, the first time I heard it, I was so weirded out. There was this girl in my class, and I don't know what we were talking about. She was like, I don't do this is because I'm a banana. I was like, what? You're a banana? What does that mean you're a banana? And then she told me, oh, you don't know what a banana is? A banana is a Chinese who doesn't know the Malaysian language. Oh, okay, interesting. Funny, people referring to them as bananas and coconuts. Yeah, let's refine this a bit later. I just want to try blocking out some of the main muscle groups first. I would be more inclined to say lemon than banana for a Chinese person. They have even the ads on the stream are telling me to stop procrastinating. Seriously, what was the ad about? Yeah, bro, everyone should stop procrastinating. Though the truth is, everyone procrastinates here and there, but a conscious effort of realizing when you're procrastinating and breaking out of that procrastination, that is the habit that we should try to develop. I think procrastination and laziness is a bigger threat to artists than AI. People fear, oh, AI is going to take my job. But yeah, if you keep being lazy, if you keep procrastinating, you're going to lose your job either way, bro. You're not going to learn new skills. So, yeah, right now, a bigger threat than AI is your own laziness. But the accountable people, they know this. The Jerrys, they'll they'll lose in life, and then they will complain everything on AI. They'll blame everything on, oh, AI came into my life, bro, and it took over our jobs. Seriously, bro. Uh, I don't know. I skipped it in 5 seconds, but she started off saying, while you're sitting back, people are getting ahead of you. Yeah, she isn't wrong, bro. She's not wrong there. AI took my wife from me. Yeah, bro, that would be the saddest thing ever. Seriously, your wife chose a person who does not even exist over you. That would be a extremely sad reality. AI is a better man than you ever were. You're not even half the man ChatGPT is. AI became my wife. Damn clanko. ChatGPT is basically Johnny Sins. Bro can be anything. Yeah, man of talents, bro. That guy is a Swiss Army knife. Plumber, pilot. I don't know. All right, I've got to head out. Enjoy your day, folks. Yeah, sure thing, man. Take care. I think Johnny is a really popular name in the adult industry and also in the children industry. In children industry, we have Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa, and here we have Johnny Sins. I'm just observing the contrast here. Like, damn, bro. One is like the best children anthem song ish, and the other, I think he won the best male actor award multiple times. There is Johnny Sack in Sopranos series. I haven't seen Sopranos. I've watched very limited series. I've watched Walking Dead. Yeah, it's one of the most recent seasons that I've watched. So Walking Dead is one of the most recent ones. I've watched Peaky Blinders. What else? Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is my all-time favorite. It's too good. I love Breaking Bad. What other series have I watched? Yeah, not much. When I was young, bro, I made a list. I was like, yeah, when I grow up, I'm gonna watch Teen Wolf and Vampire Diaries and this and that. But that day has never come. For me, season is like one of the biggest distractions. I do not start a season unless I know that I will have uninterrupted time to finish it. Because for me, I know myself that if I start watching something, I have to binge it till I complete it. And it just becomes a very big distraction for me. So that is why I very rarely start new seasons. Or if I do start, I try to make sure that they are small series, few episodes, 7 episodes per season, and like 3, 4 seasons. That would be ideal because I can binge it in a weekend. Otherwise, I do not want to. I mean, super long series, they are such a big time waste and they take up too much of time. The same thing goes for video games. I know that, bro. If I start playing video game today, you won't see any video of mine. You won't see me live. You won't see. Yeah, I'll be gone away for, I don't know, months because I've been holding back video games for such a long time. And the truth is, I do want to play them, but I just cannot afford to right now. Not in terms of money, but in terms of time and focus. Video games is such a big distraction. It is such a big distraction. So for me, it's much easier to remove things completely rather than trying to resist things. It's just much more easier if I just completely remove something. If I have a console plugged in, I know I will be playing. So I didn't buy a console. I don't plan to buy a console because I know the day I do is the day I get distracted. And yeah, no more sculpting brown guy if that happens. Breaking Bad was actually inspired by Sopranos. Oh, interesting. Yeah, same. When I start one, it's like they're my task now. I have to finish it. Usually avoid them too. Yeah, the same thing, bro. This is also why it's so much easier for me to just watch a movie because I know when the movie is over, it's over. The end. Watching a season, it's a much bigger commitment. I think I made the shoulders a bit too wide. Yeah, much better. Let's block out the legs for the Hulk. I can understand completely deleting something, but sometimes knowing how to balance things and learning when to do and not to do is probably best. Personal opinion. That is ideal, but it requires a lot of self discipline. Also, I feel like, for me at least, I feel like uh, willpower is very limited. And every time I have to resist something, I use up some willpower. And the more I try to resist something, the more willpower I will be depleting. And eventually, there will be a time that I will, I don't know, surrender to whatever it is. So if I have, let's say, my console is there plugged in, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not going to play today. I'm just going to resist playing today. And yeah, I can balance, I will not play it. But what's so much easier for me is to just completely delete it. I do not even have the option to play now. So I don't have to resist it. I won't have to deplete my willpower. I can use my willpower to force me to do something else. Let's say if I'm not in the mood to sculpt, if I'm not in the mood to record a tutorial, I can use my willpower there. I think I just have an addictive personality. Yeah, I have a very addictive personality as well. So for me, it's just easier to remove stuff rather than try to resist it. It's like delete dieting instead of going on a drastic diet and cutting out everything, which can be counterproductive. It's better to re-educate yourself and discipline yourself properly. Yes, that is a very good point. That is a very good argument. This is also a point that I usually share a lot in my videos is that this is exactly why dopamine detoxes and other productivity tactics they don't work because it's like being on a diet. But the way you can imagine this example is, let's say whenever you go grocery, okay, you just don't buy any sweets. Now that you don't have any sweets, you cannot eat sweets. And then you can also supplement it by trying to be disciplined, trying to work out and everything. But if I go to the grocery bro, and if I buy some sweets, I know there's some sweets in my house somewhere. And yeah, I'm going to eat sweets. So if I don't have sweets, I don't have the option at all. For bad habits, bro, I think removing them and eventually you don't crave them. So even right now, if I see my brother playing, all of my old friends, they are all gamers, bro. I don't interact with them a lot because I know if I start interacting with them a lot, they're gonna convince me to play a video game with them. But yeah, whenever they come over, we hang out, we talk about other stuff, but I don't game with them. My brother does, but not me. Yeah, the thing about self improvement is that it is such a vast thing, and everyone has something that is working for them and something that is not. It's all about knowing yourself. Positive thought diet is the best diet. What's a positive thought diet? Balancing sounds really great if a person can do it over time. Yeah, over time. It does take time. I think for some things, you also have to cut it off completely, but you also have to change your environment a lot. So, for example, a person who goes to rehab for drugs, usually what happens is whenever they come back, they sit with the same people, they hang around with the same people, and they relapse. They go back to the same bad habit of their drug addiction. So, yeah, it depends actually. It depends on how detrimental that thing is to you. I think if someone is a drug addict, we wouldn't be like, hey, just try to balance it, bro. Have a bit of a drug here and there. It's a bad habit. We will remove it completely. But for other things, yeah, we can try to balance it. For me, gaming was like the biggest distraction. So instead of me trying to balance it, I know I'm just gonna be addicted. I'm gonna play like a retard. For me, it's like, bro, just remove it completely. Focus on other things. And I think the hack to actually enjoy the things that you want to enjoy, like sculpting or making correctors, is to just cut out cheap dopamine from your life. So whenever you have a source of cheap dopamine, it's gonna make the things you find more meaningful harder for you. For me, I just think social media, video games, all of these things, they are cheap dopamine. What I get dopamine now from is growing in my art, progressing on my channel, interacting with my community members, making an impact in someone's life, These are the things that fire up my dopamine receptors. Chuck is right about this. It's like having a positive self esteem will always be more productive than negative. Did you know about Kaizen, the Japan thing about continuing improvement? I guess you have read it though. No, I haven't read Kaizen. You don't pay attention to negativity, you don't let them control your behavior. It's like having a positive self esteem will always be more productive than negative. Explain a bit. Explain it a bit to me. I'm still having a bit. I don't understand completely. What do you mean by not focusing on negativity? You're letting thoughts like you can't do this, you're not worth it, etc. just go through you. You're not giving them your attention. Over time, it becomes a habit and you just become better. Hmm. I feel like, hmm. Some people think that being super hard on themselves, telling themselves that if they fail, they are a big piece of shit, makes them more productive. When in fact, several studies shows that being positive towards oneself instead of putting oneself down in this way is more productive. The way I like to think about this is I always tell to be your own best friend. And simply put, bro, if you're going through these thoughts, if you're having these thoughts, just imagine yourself as your best friend. Would you call your best friend who's going through some things? Okay, he's struggling in whatever area of his life, and yeah, he's trying to do better. He's trying to do better. Would you go ahead to your best friend and would you say him, "Yeah, die, you piece of shit. You rot. Yeah, bro, you deserve to feel this way." Simply not right. Then why do we say it to ourselves? I feel like journaling has helped me a lot of being aware of these thoughts. So whenever I had these negative thoughts, I used to journal them down. And I just used to think to myself, like, if my best friend was going through these things, how would I advise him? What would I advise him? So many people that I talk to, they all have this problem that they feel lonely. All right, they feel lonely because when someone else needs someone to talk to or needs some guidance or some help, they're always there for them. But whenever they want someone to talk to them, or when they want to express their things, they have no one on their side. And yeah, I related to this as well. So back when I was a Jerry bro, I had really, really bad mental health. I was going through some serious dark shit, bro. Serious dark stuff. And in that moment, I called one of my friends. He did not pick up. And I was thinking, bro, why is he not picking up? Why is it that every time he calls me, I'm always there for him? But when I'm trying to call any of my friends, they're not here for me, bro. The reality is, no one has time for you. Okay. And if you're dependent on others for your mental health, bro, you're a psycho. You're helpless. You can never be in good shape mentally. And that day I thought to myself, like, bro, if I have advice for everyone else, why don't I have advice for myself? And the answer was simply because I just did not love myself. I did not think that, oh, I'm capable of giving myself advice. And since that day, bro, I have been my own best friend. Whenever I go through some shit, whenever I'm feeling bad, whenever I'm feeling something negative, I just think to myself, I just think of myself in third person, and I would think to myself, how would I help this piece of shit? Like, yeah, he's a piece of shit, but I love him, bro. I love him so much. How would I help him? What advice would I give him? What would I recommend him to do? And I would just do those things. And I saw this in a podcast and was really moved by this. So, if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, Jordan Peterson is a clinical psychologist, and he was being interviewed. No, he was interviewing one of his patients. So the patient was suffering from loss. Okay, they just lost their loved one. They lost their son to he took his own life. Okay, their son, he took his own life, and they were processing through that grief. And the mother was devastated, right? She was blaming herself. She was like, oh, I wish I could have done better. It's all because of me. I saw the signs. I saw this. I saw that. I tried talking to him. This didn't work. That didn't work. And just Jordan just simply asked her, like, hey, let's say her name is Lucy. Like, Lucy, would you tell your husband that he's the cause of why your son took his own life? She was like, no, 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 no. Why would I do that? And then he was like, yeah, why do it to yourself? And it's super powerful. It's actually super powerful. The sad thing is, we just try to be the harshest that we can to ourselves. Whereas all we need to do is to just be our own best friend. No one understands your situation better than yourself. No one. So do not expect other people to know the solution to things that you are going through. Only you know what is going to make you feel better. Only you know the things that you're supposed to do. Only you know why you're feeling the way you're feeling. The best friend should be direct and honest in what they say to you, stating things and yeah, definitely. But the thing is, most best friends, but the sad reality is no one has time for you. This is super, super busy world and no one has time for anyone. So it's just best to mind your own business. Give yourself advice. You have advice for everyone else. Why not for yourself? Help your health yourself. Others don't have to do exactly. and depending on others for your help. Devastating. Devastating. I feel like if you are your best friend and if you practice gratitude enough, depression can't touch you. It cannot touch you. Ever. If you are your best friend and if you practice gratitude, depression just cannot touch you. Food time, BRB, look. Yeah, sure thing, man. Enjoy your meal. Goodbye. Yeah, let's get back on the face. Yeah, Bob. All right. How long has it been? 1 hour. So we are basically halfway through. Yeah, I think I can finish this pretty easily within the 2 hour time limit. Eating cold eggs is crazy work though. Yeah, bro. But we have to do what we have to do. I don't like cold eggs. This is was still fine. It was like medium temperature now because it's been sitting here since I've been streaming. But cold boiled eggs, yeah, they are the worst, bro. They just don't even go down your throat. Also, I think eating and sculpting wasn't a good idea. It's better if you're watching a tutorial or something. Yeah, then you can eat something as well. But doing it as a sculpt, nah. Maybe a milkshake or something. Now you can eat them with mayo. You mean cold boiled eggs with mayo? Yeah, I've never tried egg with mayo before. Egg with cheese is nice, but mayo, yeah, that's the first time. Oh yeah, I've never tried that, man. I love cold eggs with mayo. Right on Google, OF mimosa. Let me Google that real quick. OF mimosa. Oh, is this cold boiled egg with mayo? This looks like a really popular dish though. In Poland, we have bunch of salads with eggs and mayo as the main ingredient. Oh, interesting, interesting. Oh yeah, I take my words back. The worst is eating a cold fried egg, not a boiled egg. A cold fried egg. That's the worst. Bro, I've been traumatized of eating fried eggs since a kid because once we were at a gathering, so basically we cousins, all of our cousins, we were having like a sleepover, and what ended up happening was one of my young cousin, like he's super young, really small, a child basically. What he did was he ate fried eggs and then he drank water from a glass. Now, when I tried using the same glass, bro, it stank so bad. And since that day, I've been traumatized of eating eggs, fried eggs. I don't like the smell of it. I don't want to be near it. That smell still haunts me. And the only way I eat fried eggs now is if my dad cooks it. Because whenever he cooks it, it does not has that bad odor. Other than that, no. No, thank you. But seriously, bro, the smell of that fried egg, it was traumatizing. By the way, here's a really cool tip. So if the next time you're going to make fried eggs, the oil that you use, just fry some garlic in that oil before you add in your eggs, and the flavor of the garlic will enter the oil, and when you cook the fried eggs it will have that flavor of garlic. I love garlic. That flavor just enhances the whole experience of your fried eggs. If you like garlic, definitely try this. Just fry a bit of garlic in your oil that you will be using for the fried eggs, and bro, the flavor will enhance so much. Why is it clipping so much? This is much better. So let's add a bit of thickness to this. I'm a big fan of his Hawk sup. What? I didn't understand, bro. Anyways, hello. Welcome to the stream. How long has it been? 1 hour, 37 minutes. Yeah, not bad. Pum 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 pum. How are you, Mr. Hulkman? Nice sculpt, Mr. Thank you. Yes, I am doing great. How are you doing? Let's add some of these side muscles as well. Do you recommend Think Tank Training Center for CG? It's based in Canada, Vancouver. They have programs for 64 week. Nah, bro, I don't recommend anything I haven't tried myself. So I am not sure of this program. What is it about? Is it about sculpting? It's literally about everything in computer graphics. They teach modeling, UVs, texture, presenting, and even sculpting lighting using industry software. I'm not sure, bro. I haven't tried it, so I cannot recommend it. This is the first time I'm hearing about this as well. But generally, I am against, I don't know, courses, not courses, but industries. Like, for example, a university, they do not teach you as much as you can learn from yourself. I believe that the best path to learn anything nowadays is to find someone who does what you want and try enrolling in their program. I'm not sure if it's a university or something, but yeah, generally I just believe that university is a scam. Their syllabus, the things they teach, they're out of date, they're outdated already. And a much better way to learn is to learn from a professional who is doing what you want to do. There's so many industry people as well. Like someone, if you want to learn how to make game characters, there are so many people from the game industry teaching you how to do that. That is a much better way, in my opinion. If in future you make full character, how do you inside Blender can't handle a lot of polygons like 100M? What you do, move to ZBrush, or you make only sculpting courses? Yeah, I only make sculpting courses because sculpting is what I'm passionate about. I have a retopology and baking course, but the only reason I made this is because I saw a few of my school members struggling with it. And I was like, yeah, bro, why are you struggling with this? This doesn't need to be that hard. So I just used all of my experience from being in the mobile game industry for 5 years to tell you that, bro, it's not that important as people put it. The geometry that the nerds ask you to make versus what actually goes inside a game is very different. And if you want to look at an example yourself, just go ahead and look at the God of War Kratos 3D model, the one that they used in the game. And you'll be amazed by how much did they get away with. You need to realize that the advice of a nerd and the advice of a professional, they're going to be very different. A nerd is going to try to do everything by the book, everything perfect. I don't know, bro. Nerds, stay away from nerds, stay away from Jerry's. But a professional, he's going to find workarounds, things that he realizes, oh, if I do it this way, no one is going to notice that I cheated here. So the trick is to just simply learn the rules well enough so that you can decide which rule to break. Just look at what's happening in studios and in games, and you'll be surprised for that. How much of the nerd Jerry advice differs from what the professionals are actually doing. Shouldn't have done. I think I can make the hand a bit more relaxed. Yo, what? How did this happen? Spot. Yeah, let's delete this side. Oh boy, how long has it been? 1 hour 52 minutes. Okay, I still have 8 minutes remaining. I think I can just start coloring a bit. Color blend, green. Purple. Now let's just quickly make some here as well. The chat not loading, or is this a really silent stream? Let me. Yeah, it is a silent stream. I'm here, but just working on Dine October right now. Yeah, sure thing, man. It's like watching us stream and doing your own stuff the most common way. You guys watch a stream? I'm just curious to know. Because personally, I just cannot watch a stream for very long. I just wait for the stream to be over and then I watch the thing if I want to. If it's a interesting topic, then I watch it on 2x. I just feel like watching anything on 1x now is just slow motion for me. Deja vu feeling when I see sculpting this Hulk. Why deja vu? I haven't sculpted a Hulk before. Depends, but yeah, watching streams from start to end is a challenge. Yeah, I agree, man. Hmm. All right, we're almost near the 2 hour mark. I think I'm going to spend a bit more time just coloring this, making it a bit nicer. But I'm quite happy with the time limit and the result. Feeling of having already experienced, yes, yeah, that is what I'm asking. Why do you feel a deja vu? Do you remember me sculpting something? Oh, is it from the stylized anatomy course? Is that why you have the deja vu? Because yeah, we did sculpt a Hulk in the stylized anatomy course as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it now. You should have gaslighted Shizu. You don't create such force. I didn't make a Hulk course, bro. What does gaslighting actually mean? Like, how do you define someone as gaslighting something? Because I've heard this term a lot, but I do not know how is it used or what does it exactly mean. To me, it feels like it means something in regard of adding fuel to the fire or something. But yeah, not sure. I would have been at the paroxysm of my credulity. Bro, I have to use a dictionary for this. My English isn't really that advanced yet. But you know what a missed opportunity is? What reminds me of a missed opportunity? A missed opportunity is if you've seen Avengers and the interaction between Tony Stark and Doctor Strange. Bro, if they had mentioned, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, to either one of, like, let's say Tony Stark says this to Doctor Strange, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Bro, that would have been such a cool Easter egg because they have a lot of intelligent arguing, but no one calls the other person Sherlock. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. That would have been so cool, man. Absolute cinema. I know, right, bro? Just one of them saying, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Bro, it would have been so cool. So cool. That is a real missed opportunity, man. Actually, I have the advantage that many English words are similar in French thanks to Latin. Paroxysm in French, paroxysme, paros, paroxysm at its peak. Oh, it's such a tongue twister, man. This looks better. Oh, interesting. I did not know that French and English have some similar words. Ooh. Why did that happen? Okay, I have to apply this modifier first. Now I can remesh. Yeah. Okay, so if you remesh a single plane object, it won't happen. By the way, a workaround, if just in case you want to remesh a single plane object, a workaround to that is that you can use the quad remesher, and that works very well. And yeah, here is our Hulk in 2 hours 7 minutes. Yeah, for 2 hours 7 minutes, bro, this is not bad for a practice. Very nice. I'm super happy. But I think we can take it a bit further because why not? Yeah, I just want to add the eyes, or maybe I think I'll just stop here. Yeah, I'll just add the eyes, add a bit of color, and that is it. I want to go get some food now. Or should we work more? What do you guys say? Should we stop here or should we sculpt more? Grind more. All right. Let's finish this. I thought it's like 5:30 or 5 p.m. or something, but it's still 4 p.m. Time has its own rule when you're sculpting. Yeah, bro, that is so true. That is so true. Time works in weird ways when you are sculpting. That is very true. I think the way to bend time is to just sculpt. Why did it lose its color? Weird. Paint blend. Yeah, let's give it back the color. Yo, Blender, don't crash. Thank you. Just a sec. Be right back. Hello. All right. I think I'm satisfied the way we are right now. Oh yeah, let's sculpt the eyes. Why not? Let's just give the eyes some color, and then we can call this a day. Bit lighter. I'm not a fan of full black or full white. It's just too unrealistic. Yup, that is it. I'll just wait a few minutes to see if there's any questions. And if there is not, we will just call this a day. And I will end the stream. It actually went better than what I expected. Oh yeah, we can also just roughly paint the eyebrows, because why not? No, I think I'll lower them a bit. Let's just take something for the thumbnail. Yeah, this should do the trick. All right, that is it for the stream. Now I'm gonna be going get some food, get some chai. Yeah, all right, guys, I'm gonna be signing off now. Great job, looks really nice. Honestly, yeah, thank you, Shizuma. Thank you for being part of the stream, for being here. Thanks, man. Thank you, thank you. I think I can push this in a bit. But yeah, of course, I will do a second pass. I like to revisit my sculpts. So once I have fresher pair of eyes, I will revisit this and come back to this. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Here's a fist bump.